Good morning, students. Now, our second experiment in this PME lab is to study this swing machine and its different components and the different main parts. Right? Now, in this swing machine, as you can see, this is the one part. We are not having the complete swing machine over here. We are having the main body, that is the heart of the swing machine. This is the heart, or you can say the main part or the main body of the swing machine. Now next to this, in traditional swing machine that we used to have at our home, one wooden type structure is over here that is used to keep this frame or the main part inside that, and that wooden size structure can be used to hold to keep the your accessories of the swing machine also. And next to this, as you can see, this part, this is the stand of that swing machine. Now this complete structure, if we combine this head together with this wooden structure and this metallic structure, this complete structure is known as cradle swing machine. Generally we are having three types of swing machines. One is hand swing machine that will be having this head, including one hand wheel over here, handlebar over here. That handlebar will allow you to rotate this balance wheel, right? So one handlebar will be there, so that will be the hand machine. Now this is the cradle machine in which one stand will be there, one bed will be there, and this head will be there. So in the cradle machine there are three main parts: head, bed, and cradle. And one more, the electric swing machines are also there, that is connected with the electric motor. Now what actually happens in this cradle machine and that electric motor machine, as you can see, this leg over here, we used to operate this by our foot. Now when we operate this, as you can see, this wheel is rotating and this belt is connected over here. Similarly, this belt in the cradle machine, this belt, cradle machine or the electric machine, this belt will be connected with this wheel and this wheel. As you can see, this wheel is having one slot over here. This at this slot, the belt will come over here. This is now we are coming on this main part of the swing machine. This is the head of the swing machine. So now we are going to identify the different parts and the functioning of the swing machine. This will be operated. The wheel will be operated by the by means of that belt drive from that wheel to this wheel. Now next to that, what will happen here? This is the balance wheel. This balance wheel will be operated by the belt, and this balance wheel will rotate. As this balance wheel is rotating, as you can see, one bar is rotating over, reciprocating over here. This reciprocating motion is given by this balance wheel. This balance wheel is further connected with this. This balance wheel is having this stop motion screw. This stop motion screw allows the engagement of this wheel with this system and disengagement of this. This can engage and disengage the movement of this with the further operation here. Right? Now what actually is happening here, as you can see, this bar is reciprocating over here. This bar is known as needle bar. This needle bar is further connected, as you can see, in this. I am just removing this face plate over here. This is the face plate that covers the needle bar and the pressure bar. I am just removing this face plate from here. This is the needle bar. This needle bar is having this clamp over here. This is known as needle clamp, and by means of this needle clamp, as you can see, you can see one slot in this needle bar. This slot allows the needle to kept over here, and that needle can be clamped with the help of this needle clamp. This also allows the thread. It acts as the thread guide also, that guides the position of the thread from here. Now next to this needle bar, you can see this pressure bar here. This pressure bar is containing this pressure foot. This is the pressure foot. This moving part is the pressure foot. You can down this pressure foot and up this pressure foot with the help of this needle bar lever. This is the needle bar lever, pressure foot lever. This pressure foot lever allows the pressure foot to move up and move down. When this pressure foot is down and one cloth is kept over here, as you can see, this teeth over here, this teeth type structure is known as feed dog. This feed dog, when this pressure foot is over here and feed dog is here and cloth is in between the feed dog and the pressure foot, this pressure foot used to keep the cloth, the grip on the cloth firmly, and the feed dog allows to move the cloth in the forward direction. The cloth moves from this direction to this direction. Now, next to this, when the needle is located over here, the thread comes from this side to the needle, and there is one hole in the needle eye. That from that hole, the screw thread is passes away, passes from that. One needle plate is there. This is the needle plate, and one slide plate is there. One slide plate is there. That slide plate covers this part only, right? After removing this slide plate, you can see this case over here, this moving part. This is the bobbin case, where one bobbin is inserted in this bobbin case that is having some thread wounded on that. Now, what actually is happening here? This needle bar, this needle plate is having one hole over here. You can see this hole. There is a small hole over here, and from that small hole, this allows needle to pass from it, and further it moves. The needle moves with the thread to the bobbin case, and one mechanism occurs there, and with the help of that mechanism, this thread comes with the thread in the bobbin, and it allows the stitching of cloth. Now, this bobbin case is used to help in stitching, right? Now, the function of this rectangular plate over here, that is known as slide plate, it is just used to remove this. While removing this, we can remove the bobbin from here, and we can insert the bobbin in this side. Now, next to this, you can see we have discussed this one. This is the pressure foot lever. This is thread take-up lever. You can see the movement of this. This is the thread take-up lever, and this is this small hole over here. You can see the small hole is this small hole. This small hole is known as eyelet. Now, what does this thread take-up lever does? This is having this performs two functions. The first function of this thread take-up lever is to feed the thread to the needle, and it is also uses to tighten the loop forward by the shuttle, right? And what is the function of this eyelet? This eyelet is the small hole that is at the end of this lever, and it allows the movement of the thread. Now, next to this, you can see these two parts. These two parts are known as spool pins. These are the spools, right? Now there are three more parts over there. This is the tension disc. As you can see, this tension disc is containing two discs. These discs are concave in shape. This is tightened with the help of this tension screw, tension nut, and this tension nut allows to increase the tension or decrease the tension of the thread that passes from this tension disc. Now, coming on this side, this is the thread engagement lever, thread engagement screw. This thread engagement screw, what it does, it reduces or it increases the thread length. The thread length can be decreased or increased with the help of this engagement screw. What is the thread length? The thread length is the length between two consecutive stitches. Now this is the last part of this sewing machine. As you can see this, here we can place the bobbin over here, and by pressing this in this way, this side is connected with the balance wheel, and with this balance wheel this also rotates, and with this movement it facilitates the bobbin to wind the thread in the bobbin. This is known as bobbin winder, right? That's it. For any further doubt you can ask, you can drop your queries on the given number in this video. Thanks.